Milling Through History presents The Real Christopher Robin. There is perhaps no other child in all of literature that many people wish they could be. The adventures of Winnie the Pooh and his friends, along with Christopher Robin in the 100-Acre Wood, is something that all of us dream about. And yet, what do we really know about Christopher Robin? He was born August 21st, 1920, the only child of A. Milne and his wife Daphne. He was called Billy Moon by his parents until the year 1929, when it was decided he would be switched over to his given name of Christopher. Even the young Christopher Robin admitted that the name Christopher was one that he truly felt was his own. He was cared for by the nanny, Oliver Brockwell, better known to him as New, until the year 1930. After her dismissal, he became rather close to his father and would look up to him. For his first birthday, Christopher received a stuffed bear, of whom he named Edward, and it was from this bear that the character of Winnie the Pooh was born. In 1925, A. Milne bought Cotchford Farm, which became the inspiration for the 100-Acre Wood. The stories of Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh were derived specifically from the real Christopher Robin playing with his stuffed animals as he ran around through the entire property. Much like in the stories, Christopher Robin would eventually have to leave not only the 100-Acre Wood, but Cotchford Farm, and go off to boarding school. And upon his arrival there, he found that he was being resented by his classmates due to his fame. His father's poem Vespers, which went ahead and wrote about young Christopher as a toddler saying his prayers, proved to be exceptionally difficult for him to bear, as his classmates would often make fun of him and how he had acted as a toddler. In 1939, when the Second World War broke out, Christopher attempted to join the British Army, however failed the medical examination. Thanks to the influence of his father, he was able to join and served both in the Middle East and in Italy. Following the war, Christopher married Leslie de Selincourt, and together they had one child, a daughter named Claire, who suffered from cerebral palsy. Christopher and his family would move to Dartmouth, and on August 25th, 1951, he would open the Harbor Bookstore. The store proved to be rather successful and would bring Christopher into contact with many fans of Winnie the Pooh. In 1956, with the death of his father, Christopher would eventually have to come to terms with not only his father's shadow, but with the fictionalized version of himself. In writing the book Enchanted Places, Christopher was able to come out of his father's shadow and come to terms with the fictional Christopher Robin, allowing him to put behind him his rather difficult past from school and embrace the future. As for the stuffed animals who created the inspiration for the Winnie the Pooh stories, Christopher would first donate them to his editor, who in turn would donate them to the New York Public Library, where they are on display to this day. In the 1960s, in order to ensure that he could take care of his daughter properly, Christopher Robin would sell the rights to Winnie the Pooh to Walt Disney. To this day, Walt Disney has continued to pay royalties to the Milne family, and the copyright for Winnie the Pooh is expected to expire in 2026. On April 20th, 1996, though, Christopher Robin passed away, and in 2012, his daughter Claire passed away. And while Christopher Robin was able to go ahead and make peace with his famous past, perhaps his greatest legacy is the fact that through making peace, he was able to ensure that future generations of children were able to go ahead and read about adventures of a silly old bear. Be sure to click like, share, and subscribe for future episodes of Milling Through History, and leave comments below for future episode ideas. And be sure to look at our suggested reading page.